get through out of this group.
Representing Dominican Republic, Arango.
Nykolai ARANGO, again a naturalized Dominican, number 33 in the world.
HEYDAROV.
Roman HEYDAROV, number 28 in the world, Azerbaijan.
Representing Slovakia, FABIAN.
FABIAN, number 39 in the world. Those three will be battling it out for qualification.
United States of America, TOZAKI.
Gakuji TOZAKI, a naturalized American.
Representing Botswana, Bakwadi.
Ofentse BAKWADI from Botswana in the women's.
Representing Qatar, HASHIM.
We had a Botswanan who performed well. Adham HASHIM of Qatar, unranked, an outsider.
Australia, Yuan.
Shaun YUEN, go you good thing, gets a good cheer from the crowd.
Turkey, GOKTAS.
And here's the favourite, Emre GOKTAS, number 13 in the world. Karate, not beach karate, but karate. Kumite and kata will be an Olympic sport next year in Tokyo. I was going to say this time next year, but it's less than this time next year. It's 9 months away. End of July, start of August. There are calls for it to be maintained in 2024. At the moment it's been replaced by skateboarding. Skateboarding is one of the sports we have here. And these beach games, we have skateboarding, wakeboarding, kite foil, water skiing, ski jumping, beach soccer, beach tennis, beach karate that we're having here, 3-on-3 basketball, wrestling will be at this very piece of sand that you're looking at the moment. We're going to have 2 days worth of karate and then 2 days worth of wrestling. And even after the preliminaries, the protocol, we have to break the sand. It's very important. We just had 16 people out there, 15 rather. Well, 16. We had 8 competitors, 7 judges and a cameraman. So that makes 16. Still 35 degrees as we've gone past midday here at Qatar Beach. Still feels like 42. I always argue about these actual temperatures and feels like temperatures, but it certainly feels like 42, I can tell you that. Nykolai ARANGO of the Dominican Republic to perform an Anan Dai. Anan Dai. Seen so far that if you perform that well, you're more than likely to qualify. bronze medal at the Central American Games last year. And there it is, the Anandai. Smartly performed. All the moves in there. .28. Wide open group, this one, and you never know, that could be enough to see him through. It's unlikely. He went for the basic routine, performed it reasonably well.
Total points 23.28.
Interesting to see how that stacks up with the rest of this Group C, which, as I say, is wide open. Arango, number 33 in the world. It's going to be followed by number 28, number 39. We have number 52, number 46 as well in here. Tozaki's 139th in the world. Hashim doesn't have a ranking. Emre GOKTAS is the only one you expect as a shoe-in. So who knows, 23.28 could be enough to get Arango through. Out comes Roman HEYDAROV of Azerbaijan, number 28 in the world. Gojushiwo Sho is what he will be performing. Gojushiho means 54 steps. So you can count them if you like. And there's the Dai version and the Shaw version, the big version and the small version. This is the small version. Finished in 11th place in the A Series in Istanbul earlier this year. Big win for him, though, was the Under-21 European Championships in Aalborg, Denmark in February of this year. And then third in the European Senior Championships that were held in Spain. He's had a good start to the year. Crowd certainly like that performance from HEYDAROV. He hasn't got much to beat at the moment, 23.28. 54 steps having churned up the sand, 24.3. 24, usually the marker for qualification. That's him a whole point clear of Nykolai ARANGO. ARANGO
24.30.
ARANGO was very loud. HEYDAROV let his arms and his legs do the talking. He's the one currently looking more likely to qualify. Up is FABIAN of Slovakia, number 39 in the world. He's also going to be performing the ANOC, as was the case with Nykolai ARANGO. If he can perform it better, then he should be the one going through to the next round. Came 9th place in the European Championships in Spain earlier this year. 17th in the Premier League event in Dubai. That was in February. Good performance from Peter Fabian. Better version of the Anan than we saw from Arango first up, in my opinion. Whether the judges back me up or not, we're about to find out. Arango got 23.28. Roman HEYDAROV was next up with 24.3. That's currently the clubhouse leader. 23. Well, judges not favouring the Anan at the moment. Fabian third out of 3.
Total points 23.0.
Well, there is only one person ranked above any of the 3 who have competed thus far. So it's wide open for them. You'd have thought HEYDAROV is in the box. It's going to be the super in pie for Tozaki that we've seen a few times today. Super in pie, to remind you, is the one with the semicircular movements. 36 movements multiplied by 3. The Buddhist number of perfection, 108. Described himself as being 5'5" without hair. It's true, he has got quite a coif on top of him. Japanese family, but born in Columbus, Ohio. Short range of movement at the moment. Seeing the semicircular movements, characteristic of the super in pie. Shake of the hips there. some very snappy movements towards the end. I'm not sure about some of the performance aspects, but he's an outsider, ranked 139th in the world. There was some artistic impression in there, particularly towards the end. Whether it was technically on point, the judges are about to tell us. My guess would be no. Judges having a good think about it. Poor old Gakuji TOZAKI made to wait in the heat. Oh, how about that? 25.6, he races into the lead. Well, unexpected there. The artistic impression certainly carried him through there. He's almost certain to be through. The outsider with very few ranking points so far this year. Suddenly races through and is 1.3 points clear at the top. A great display from him at the end. I was overly convinced that, particularly since he had his back to the camera and to my vantage point. But the judges are better judges of that than I am. That's why they are the judges. 25.6 it is for TOZAKI. Races out into the lead. Best men's score so far other than Damian Quintero. Next up is Ofentse BAKWADI of Botswana, performing an Anan. Former African gold medalist is BAKWADI, down to number 52 in the world. It's not an elite sport where he comes from, so he has to finance himself and has paid for trips to Spain, for example, to take part in the World Championships. Fundraising dinners back in Botswana for BAKWADI to try to fulfill his Olympic dream. And there we go. Is that going to be enough to keep his Olympic dream alive? This obviously isn't a qualifying tournament since it's on a beach. everything counts to try to get his profile up. No, down the bottom, 22.14. Disappointment for him after making a long journey. Could be the end of his participation.
22.14.
Disappointment for him. We already saw earlier in the day Nykolai ARANGO from Botswana. She finished 7th in her group with just 21 points. May well be that Bakwadi ends up 7th in his group. At the moment, it's Gakuji TOZAKI, 25.6, well clear of the crowd. HEYDAROV on 24.3. Nykolai ARANGO will be nervous on 23.28. Now the applause you can hear are for the home hope, Adham HASHIM. He'll be performing the Goju show. Advanced techniques right from the very off. So he's decided to gamble. Very theatrical. Look at that. Come on, Hashim. Announce your Goju show in a loud voice.
Go!
Been around a while, has Hashim. Placed 7th in a Karate 1 Premier League competition in Salzburg back in 2011. 5th in the World Junior Championships, that was in 2007. We have it. Huge cheers from the crowd here at Qatar Beach. Don't think the judges are going to be quite as charitable. Let's see where he can place. Can he get ahead of Ofentse BAKWADI. He's on 22.14, 22.74. He can just about, yes. Squeezes in there. The disappointment for BAKWADI has come all this way. He's going to finish last in his group, most likely.
Total points 22.74.
Qualification still up for grabs for the next two. You'd expect Emre GOKTAS, the last one to qualify. Shaun YUEN of Australia, the door is open for him. Anything above 23.28 ought to do it at the moment. That is currently third position for Nykolai ARANGO. Next up is the Aussie Shaun YUEN. He's chosen the Super Impai that got Gakuji TOZAKI 25.6 points. Some raucous support from the Aussies in the crowd. Third place in the Oceania Championships. Good grief, Super Impai. Third place in the Oceania Championships earlier this year. At Minduk, who we saw earlier playing under the French flag, or competing under the French flag, but he won for New Caledonia. Shaun YUEN looking for qualification this time around. And the door is open for him. Way forward to greet the judges. Broken out of the traditional semicircle of the Super Impai. And these were the moves at the end, where Gakuji TOZAKI picked up so many points. Well, a good performance. I don't think it was Tozaki worthy. Be interesting to see how the judges score that compared with Tozaki's. The same kata. Definitely wasn't worth 25.6. Will it be enough to get over 23.28, which should get him qualification? 23.08. It doesn't quite. Good grief, Nykolai ARANGO with that early 23.28 looks like he's going to qualify unless there's an absolute shocker from Emre GOKTAS.
53.08.
Then it looks like Nykolai ARANGO is through. Disappointment from Yuan as he walked off. 2.5 points shy of what Gakuji TOZAKI managed with that same kata. So just one more to come. Emre GOKTAS, number 13 in the world. Emre GOKTAS. Fifth place recently in the A series in Santiago. No wonder he's up to number 13th in the world. Second earlier in the year in Istanbul in the A series. Bronze at the cadets at the start of the year. You wouldn't put him as a cadet with that full beard, would you? Second place in the A series in Santiago last year. That's obviously a happy hunting ground for him. Gojushi Hodai is his kata. The bigger of the Gojushiros. In the crowd, there's a Turkish flag being held up quietly. So when GOKTAS turns round, you'll see it being held to encourage him on. And the man holding the flag is the man you can hear now, giving voice to his encouragement now that the performance is over. What a fine performance that was from GOKTAS. The only question is, will it be worthy of first place or just second in the group? Second, 25.2. That was one heck of a standout performance from the American TOZAKI. There was no beating him today, but GOKTAS gets through. Anything above 25 is a very, very creditable performance. So out come all of the performers now, the participants, to see the ones who have qualified.
25.20.
Up come the judges as well. And as we see Dolphy, the mascot of these inaugural ANOC World Beach Games, with a jaunty wink.
For the next round, United States of America.
That was Gakuji TOZAKI with that incredible Super Impai 25.6.
Turkey.
Emre GOKTAS, whom we've just seen, 25.2 for the Kojushibo. Well, yes, Azerbaijan. Kojushibo show
Dominican
from
Republic.
Roman HEYDAROV, and then squeezing through Nykolai ARANGO, 23.28, 0.2 ahead of Shaun YUEN and 0.28 ahead of FABIAN. Those two will be particularly disappointed not to have made it. The other four are through to the second round, which will be held tomorrow morning. And we have one more group. We need 16 participants in that second round, and we've got 12 of them already.